I wasn't planning to start my comeback video with an 8-track stereo from a thrift store, but then I found this. $6, wood veneer, analog and vintage charm for days. It's not exactly hi-fi, but it's got something. And honestly, it reminded me why I started this channel in the first place. Hey, I'm JT, and this is the Almost Audiophile. It's been about a year since I've posted anything, but the passion never left. I've still been hunting, tinkering, rearranging gear, and falling in love with music all over again. Just mostly off camera. Life got busy. Teaching, coaching, music, parenting, real life. You know how it goes. But honestly, I missed this. I missed sharing the journey. The channel was never about perfection. It's about chasing great sound on a real world budget, one piece at a time. Sometimes vintage, sometimes modern, always with a story. So I'm back and I've got some cool things coming up. But first, let's talk about that little 8-track stereo I found. So this is the Admiral. I found it sitting on a bottom shelf at a thrift store. It had a $6 price tag on it, and that vintage-looking faceplate staring back at me like it had something to prove. It's an 8-track AM/FM stereo receiver from the late 60s or early 70s, classic Admiral branding, wood veneer casing, heavy knobs, analog tuning. It's a vibe. I wouldn't call it hi-fi in the modern sense, but that's not really the point. What I love about pieces like this is the physicality, the weight of the controls, the warm glow of the dial, the slight drift in the tuner. It's alive in a way that a lot of sleek modern gear just isn't. I hooked it up to my little pair of Crosleys just to see what it could do, and it actually sounds decent. Not detailed, not crisp, but it fills the room with a kind of washed out warmth that feels like a time capsule. I didn't buy this to integrate in my main system. It's more of a conversation piece, a reminder of the era when gear was furniture, when a stereo was built to impress your neighbors and survive your kids. And yeah, 8 tracks aren't exactly practical. I only own a few, but I kind of love that it exists, like this weird little fossil that still plays music and refuses to die. Will I keep it? Maybe. Will I feature a lot of 8-track content on this channel? Definitely not. But sometimes being an almost audiophile means stopping for the oddball gear that doesn't quite fit, but still sparks something. I'd love to hear your take. Do you have any experience with 8 tracks? Vintage receivers like this? Should I hang on to it or flip it and put the cash towards something else? Drop a comment and let me know. So, what's coming next for the Almost Audiophile? Because this is just the beginning. I've been working on rearranging the system a little bit. I'm going to be adding a new shelf so my Onkyo can finally breathe a little bit. I upgraded the platter mat on my AR turntable to a leather one, and I'm pretty excited about that. And as I said, doing some rearranging, just trying to make it cleaner and more aesthetic in the whole setup. Also coming up, I'll be diving into talking about my Polk Monitor 10s, more about the Onkyo receiver, tape deck, CD deck, and even about the Bluetooth adapter I've been using to bridge old and new. Basically, I've been dialing everything in, and now I'm ready to share it piece by piece. Some gear is newer than others to this system, and some of it's been with me a long time, but every piece has a story, and I think that's what makes this fun. I'm also hoping to get into a little bit about what I listen to and a little bit into my record collection and music collection. So if you're into vintage gear, budget-friendly upgrades, and finding meaning in the slow build, make sure to stick around. I've got a lot to share. So that's where I've been and where I'm headed. And I've got some new gear, refreshing my setup, and a few strange little finds like the Admiral to keep things interesting. If you've got thoughts on 8 tracks, vintage receivers, or what direction I should take next, I'd love to hear it in the comments. And if you're into this kind of slow, thoughtful journey, like I said before, through audio, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. I'm glad to be back.